Hi guys, alright, so we're starting first with covering my model's brows, and then next this is me brushing off our brows and brushing off all the hairs that fell out over hair. I went into flawless Ivy powder for eyebrow. I went into the white powder there first, and then here's me cleaning her face. I'll be using Hush Beauty brow tamer to tame my brows afterwards and to make it sleek and make it perfect to work on. And next I'll be going into that same powder palette, but this time around a shade, just to make the brows very light for the pencil to really come out on. And next I'll be going into David's pencil. I don't think I'll be using two shades. I just brought out the two shades, but I'll just be using one. Alright, this is how I get to know my brows size, where to start, where to come down, and when to stop my brows. Alright, you come down at your brow bones. That's the second midpoint that I touched. The first is your beginning, then the brow bone, and then the end of the brows. So now I'll be drawing our brows from the beginning of the brows, of course, and then I'll be coming down at the brow bone. I mean, if you touch your brows, there's a place that is kind of higher in your brows, so that's called the brow bone. And here's me coming down at the brow bone. So the brow bone is the second midpoint where you get to know that, okay, this is the time to calm down. I mean, from you drawing the brows there. Then I'll be moving on to the upper part of the brows, and the same thing, I'll be coming down at the brow bone point, so to make it very perfect. And for measuring the brows, you have I think one, and then at the end of it you have half of the beginning of the brows here. So I'll be doing the same to the second brows too, lining and coming down at the brow bone point, and doing the same at the upper part too. Here we go. Alright, next I'll be filling my brows. I'll be using same David's pencil to fill in my brows, and yes, how I fill in. You fill in lightly where you want to fill your brows. Next I'll be going into highlighting. Alright, before you highlight, you brush out your brows. You don't want it to be too thick. You brought out the excess. And then this is the second part of the brows, and here's me highlighting the brows. And note that I already blended the first part of the brows, and that's why it's not looking like the other one that I'm just showing you now. And when it comes to makeup, you blend and blend and blend. Blending is always very key. I say that in most of my tutorials. And I went on into the same concealer that I used in highlighting. I'll be showing the concealer now. I went into Ferrero concealer palette, and now to highlight the upper part, I'll be using the Kale foundation to highlight the upper part of my brows. And here we go. Alright, the reason why it's so seamless and very easy for me is because when I was lining my brow, it was already perfect for me. So yeah, I'll be highlighting the other part of the brows now, the upper part of the other side. Lighting, I went into blend, because for you to have a very, very seamless and nice brows and nice makeup look, you have to really blend and blend. This is me going over the brows and checking if it's very very perfect for what I wanted for my look. But yeah, blending is key, so you have to really blend. Next, I'll be going on to the face. Alright, this look is actually a very mild look, an office kind of glam. So here's what it look like afterwards. Here's what the brows look like. It's very pronounced and it's very very sleek. Next, I'll be moving on to Mismetic moisturizing cream for her face, and then going over her face, I'll rub it on over the part that I wanted to get to. Then next I went into ZK foundation. I'm so sorry that I didn't show you guys, but yeah, it's ZK foundation, the one I used for our brows, but I think it's shade darker. Yes, it's shade darker. So this is a perfect shade. I didn't need to mix any foundation together, so I went into it and then I tapped in with my beauty blender, dab till I get my seamless makeup look and seamless skin. And yeah, I went into my foundation brush to just blend it in and make it look as seamless as possible. So yeah, just look at it. There's no demarcation. Take a look at the face and the skin, her body. The skin is just so perfect. It's a perfect blend for her, and it's really really perfect for her. Next, I'll be going on to my powder palette, Flawless Ivy. I'll go on to a shade because I'm not really going or doing much makeup now, because it's going to look like it's a mild look, office glam. So I'll be working seamlessly and then working with that shade. So I went into the powder palette, I went into a shade, and I went on to the highlighting areas, went to the jaw, I went on to under eye, and then next I'll be going into that same powder palette again for my contour, but a darker shade this time. Yes, please note, not too dark, because you don't want any demarcation, so you want it very seamless. Your contouring area, your what's it called, your nose bridge, and your and above the ear. So for me to really really blend in well, I went into the same powder again, to just powder brush to just blend in my highlighting area and my contouring area, so it does not look like it is harsh or look like there's a demarcation. So here's me contouring the nose bridge. Please mildly touch your powder, and then yeah, so it does not look harsh and you don't want any demarcation. So that's that about the nose bridge. And I'm going to this blush palette, as you can see, and then I'll go over the contouring area to add the blush on for my model. So note, you don't go into it harshly because you just want a mild and subtle look. And next we'll be moving on to the eyeshadow. Alright, I don't think, okay, the eyeshadow, I think it is Gorgeous Me, and I went into nude, like a very nude and a very dark, okay, not a very dark brown, but a dark brown for the outer part of our eye. And then for the inner corner, I went into a very very nude shade. And next, moving on to the lip, I don't think I really showed the palette I used, but I used Hush Beauty lip palette, and I went into a nude lipstick, and that's all I was just doing for the lips. And then I'll be going over with a lip gloss, and that's all I want. That's so perfect. This is the kind of glam I want, and this is what you would like to take to your face, except if you want a very very outrageous kind of glam. And this is as subtle as possible. And then the next is going over the, yeah, you ask your client to blend the lip together. Oh, she's so she's feeling herself. So yes, we're going over lip gloss to make it look like it's just make it shiny a bit. Yeah, let's do it that way. Just make it shiny and make it perfect the way I want it, because I really love lip gloss. Yeah, so I don't think that's that about that. But not that you need to blend when it comes to everything that has to make up, so it's very slimless. So here is my model. Smacking her lip and blending out the lip. Next we're going on to the mascara and the mascara is just to bring out our eyelash and then make it pop, since we're not using any false lashes, so you make it pop. So you have to be very careful so it doesn't smudge your makeup. So we're moving on to the Febby palette. Just the Febby highlighting palette, and I'll be highlighting areas, the nose, forehead, and then above the cheek, that's above the blush and the contour. So yes, that is what we have. Now we're going over to my Kiss Beauty spray to spray all over this beauty, and the start. Here we have it, a very seamless and subtle glam. Enjoy. I'm feeding you with this beauty. Bye.
You're like the beautiful sunrise in the morning. When I look into your eyes, you mesmerize me. Oh, you remind me that I am lucky. You're the one and I'm gonna live my life with. I just wanna spend it all with you, and grow with you, and live and laugh with you. Oh yeah, I just wanna spend it all with you, and grow with you, and live and laugh with you. Oh yeah. Show me up, show me to the world. I wanna live my